an insight into the industry as a whole. Let's start from Lumko, the individual. Take us through your growing up, years.
Okay. I actually didn't expect that.
Oh yeah.
Lumko grew up in the Eastern Cape, East London to be specific. Went through tertiary education in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. Came up to Joburg 2000. Was lucky enough to work on a Brenda Fassie music video, the first production I ever got involved in. And from there on, I worked on a Miriam Makeba music video as a production assistant. And then from there on, it was like a bug. It was love for, for recreating memories.
On film.
On film.
There we go. But, where did it really start? Did you just end up falling into the hands of this production, or was this somehow a seed in the back of your mind that, look, this is where I'm going?
Yeah, that's a bit of a story. I think we'll kill the whole episode if I delve into that. However, I always had love for the arts, for the creativity. However, there was a requisition by my parents to actually do an engineering diploma degree, which I did, and I ended up working for Transnet for like a year.
Is that so?
And I realized that I don't love what I'm doing. So I gave myself a chance to just find, my feet. Luckily enough, I was going out with a beautiful woman who supported me all the way. So we both moved to Johannesburg, so for me to try out new things.
Is it? So this move from the Eastern to Johannesburg, what was the purpose behind this? Was this, in pursuit of a career within producing and directing, or at that time were you still like, look, let's see where the wind takes us?
It was more of a self-discovery journey, trying to see where the world takes us. But like I'm saying, I was very fortunate to be in a movie set of one of the iconic artists in our continent. I mean, everybody knows Brenda Fassie, and there I was, like my first thing.
Wow.
So I couldn't help that, and right after that it was like Miriam Makeba.
Wow.
Exactly. That's how I felt. I was like, okay, I think I've been anointed here.
You're definitely in the right track.
Yeah.
Now, before we move forward, take us through Brenda Fassie. What was that experience like working on a production with Brenda?
That was like, yeah, that was a memory on its own. That on its own was its own movie. Because I got in to assist, but I ended up basically coordinating the whole thing. Because remember, I was coming from already being an achiever, or I was already like a trusted. I was responsible for a lot of people.
Yes.
I had about 25 workers under me at that time.
Wow.
So I'm coming in to train, but I ended up sort of like running the show. And luckily, the people who were in charge were not offended.
All right.
They embraced my capabilities.
So you go into this Brenda Fassie production, you come out of it, Miriam Makeba, you come out of it again, and then is this now where the decision eventually came? When did that turning point come where you then said, you know what, this is now where I'm going?
Funny enough, from a Miriam Makeba, after I finished doing the Miriam Makeba, she actually went to those bosses of mine at that time and told them to look out for me. She gave me the thumbs up. But it took I think another like 6 or 8 months before I was really settled in the industry, because the jobs were not coming back and forth. I had to do call center work just to pay the rent.
The bacon on the table.
Because there was no full-time job. It was on a freelance basis. But I think after like 6 or 8 months, I remember I was in an interview with one of the networks, like cellular networks.
Yes.
And they were asking me about if I had a choice between leading their brand and them investing in me and me getting a call from the film industry. What would I do? And I killed that interview. I definitely killed an opportunity for me there, and I told them the truth, that I would definitely go for film.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see, the reason why I've been saying this is because everybody has that turning point where they say, you know what, this is now really what I want to do. So perhaps that could be one of those moments in your life that really gave you the call to say, wow, I'm in this now.
Yeah, I know the world shook a little bit. Yeah.
If you're joining us now, we're joined by Lumko, one of South Africa's top producers and directors, heavily involved in music videos, commercials that you're seeing being flighted out there. And there's a lot of great stuff coming your way still that you haven't seen from the great man. Now, as we jump straight into it, take us now into the industry. What is it really like? From an external point, we must be seeing something different from what you see being in, the field.
The industry is it's an interesting atmosphere, if I can call it that. Like no production is the same as the other one. You never say I can apply this system towards this movie or towards this commercial that I've applied before. It's not copy and paste, you know what I mean? Yet at the same time, there are certain formulas that you have to I would say look out for when you're trying to do, but each day is a challenge. Like I think one of the most production that I'm known for is a TV show called Cha-Cha, which I had a crew, 45 crew members. I had 250 actors, and I had I think over 1,000 extras, and we're running a budget of just under 10 million, which was a long time ago. So each day, each element, each person, you might take it for granted that an extra crossing the screen is useless. You don't actually regard them, but if they cross it the wrong way, it stops the take. On that particular day, maybe you're using 50,000 rand. Wow. on that particular location, and that one element, if it does it wrong, your whole production basically goes into flame.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some of the memorable moments so far in some of the production?
I think the first time the world actually knew that my work exists is when we had a squatter camp music video, the Clap song, and it got played in US. MTV US. This is prior to MTV coming to South Africa. We got playlisted in UK, we got playlisted in Europe, we got playlisted in the US. And right after that we did Pro Kid Wazobabona, which also got that much attention as well into the continent. And that year, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we had 7 nominations at the Channel Awards.
Wow!
And we took 2 out of those.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad, but for a while I was beginning to feel like India RA, because the first 3 just went down and I was like, what's going on? Yeah. Where are these awards? And then since then, things have just been going the right way. Actually, I was also headhunted by MTV Base to run it when it came to South Africa, and I actually unfortunately declined.
And Tim fortunately took up on it.
Yes, he did. Brother man, I love you.
Love is right there. If you're joining us once again, welcome. It's Africa Awakes. We're here with Lumko, one of the top producers and directors in the game as we speak now. And as we continue with the chats, I mean, of course, you've worked on great videos. But for those watching right now from different parts of the continent and are trying to understand some of the work that you've done, take us through some of those music videos and productions that you've put your hands on.
Okay, apart from the clip that you're about to see, I hope Africa is awake. We've done DJ Cleo's work, which I know is big in Africa. Worked with Pure Style, which is also big in Africa. Geez, man, my CV is actually it's quite long. But I think some of the highlights in my life would be to be appointed by CNN to do a commercial for them, advertising Africa and the rest of the world. We used a song by Young Nations there. It was like a 1-minute commercial. And 2009, South Africa endorsed us with a responsibility to encourage people to go vote. We were awarded the IEC commercial to get everybody votes, And luckily for us, the numbers went well. We achieved 23 million registered voters while we were still doing the campaign, the build up to the thing. And yeah, we created history basically. We did a commercial that justified what the client was looking for.
History in the making.
History in the making. And last year as well, we had an international gig, the first time the Nurses of the World were in Africa. They came to Durban, and we're also responsible for doing a stage activation, which is our live events side, and also shoot the DVD for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great stuff, man.
Great.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure we could go on and on.
We can go on and on.
Primetime TV, we gotta, rush with it.